Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth, where we're trying to prove how the two statues could go back and forth, and Lang isn't buying it. I think he's trying to help us, or he's just that much of an idiot. I can't decide. I know. Well, then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that it is right here in this very room. I forgot, we got kind of beat up. And then I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method. Rotary motion. Yep. Hopefully that's like the right spot. Yeah, looks like he dropped another bomb on us again. Ooh, see, I don't think he would admit to getting the Edgeworth getting the drop on him. Last piece to the trick are two pulleys. Precisely, the ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. Yep. You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Alabastion offices. Sorry, I felt like my phone was vibrating beneath me, but it's not there. That's weird. And that the passion flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food. Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? Because this is huge if true. If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do? A single point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now, but to rush in. There's a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mysterious mastermind is. No, that's too old. Trump card. Oh! I bet it's this, because who else would know that those were arrows and not the support stakes? Only one person would know that, and it would be the person whose office this is. Oh, I hope I'm right. The smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big that Ms. Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. Oh, he sees where this is going. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both offices had ceiling fans tells us that the person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Kirkus Alba. Oh, that's... I don't think we presented enough for that to have been worth it. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I'm sure that he is the culprit.
Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined?
That's a good point, because they had the original statue, now they had the fake. Why would he want that?
Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that?
I understand your need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd.
Just one thing, huh?
The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. I think I'm on the right track with the statue thing, but I don't know. I don't know which one. It was a fake, but swapped out with the real. No, we want to look at the real one. Used to be real, but has been swapped with the fake. It was used as a weapon. So this is the. I feel like we want to look at Alabast, but misunderstood. That's the fake one. It was fake, but swapped with the real. All right, so they actually kind of swapped in evidence. I was doing this. You couldn't see. All right, so was a fake. Because Babble's actual statue was the fake one, but now the one that Babble has is real. No, we want to look at the one that they received. Right. Already taking a beating. I don't have to. I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Primadux statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primadux himself?
I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission.
Oh, he knows we're onto something. They have blackmail on him? With a sword drawn like that, there is an aura of valor and bravery around King Primadux. He looks so cool, standing with the sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try and come up with some cool pose with a shuriken or something. I'm seriously beginning to think that her real goal is to become a ninja.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, there isn't anything particularly odd about the sword, right?
No, not really. I suppose we should examine a different area of the statue now. Found it. Oh wait, no, we already found that. These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact that they're on here suggests the statue once belonged to Babble. So it was smuggled from Babble to Alabast, huh? Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in? And this guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador. I suppose it's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. It looks like a gap. Hey, you're right. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret. Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction.
What?
Hurry up and open it, Miles. Alright, here goes. Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out? I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. Are they the coupons? Is this...
Hey, is this what I think it is?
Or is it money? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills. Oh, I was way off. Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabast to begin with. Counterfeit plate data jotted down in my organizer. Okay, that makes more sense. I was going to be those silly coupons, and I was like, oh, this is going to get weird. The primitive statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat, and the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damask II, and are you really going to suggest that he can, lift that like that? Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba? We've got nothing.
You're the leader of the smuggling ring. My country is a mess, and it's all because of you.
You're the one who killed Damask II. Answer us.
I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin. Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt on to a dead man. If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, Kirkus Alba. It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang. Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but, and is the result of logic and investigation.
I think we're wrong.
Logic and investigation? Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma.
Ooh, got you there.
And I don't think we give such a flip-floppy logic any weight, do you? Nah.
Oh, so he was just an idiot. Wait.
Looks like you still don't get why I came back. Yes!
Oh, I figured it out. Yep.
Excuse me. You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. What?
Agent Lang, I demand an explanation.
Sorry, sis, I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
You did?
I knew this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for, so naturally the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take another look around.
Ah, so that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisca of the murder. I so called it! Using Francisca as the bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigative rights.
Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around.
So that's what all this was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening, I thank you.
You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic.
The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right?
I don't know about that. One thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him. You're quite square when you want to be, aren't you? Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me. Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like first to see some of this thing you call evidence. Did I tell you I knew nothing, really? I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. That doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
It doesn't make sense? So where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us. Wait, what? The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. Needless to say, we Von Karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary.
The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time.
I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. And I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law and what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? The choice is one I must make by my own hands here and now. Oh, I feel like this is a defining choice. Use the trump card, don't use the trump card. Man, I don't know. I hate making decisions. Especially this one feels like game defining. Alright. I'm wondering if this is a good ending, bad ending thing. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save stakes. I don't want to have to do all this stuff over again. That would suck. I can't imagine they would do that to you, though. Maybe it's fine. I don't know if this even matters. Should I use it to, like, trick him into confessing and then I don't even need it? This is the worst. I feel like if we don't use it, it's gonna be game over. But I could also see using it being game over. I'm thinking back to, like, Ace Attorney, the second one. Can never keep their name straight. That was what, Justice for All? It's just like that. Where, like, the right answer was the one that seemed wrong? Like, that you were gonna lose? Alright. I'm gonna save state and then just not. Alright, here we go. That way, if for some reason I have to do all this over, we can just pop back here. We're just going to save some time. I'm a prosecutor and I cannot allow myself to use evidence such as these. Mr. Edgeworth, if you don't do something, Ambassador Alba will get away with it. I know, but... What are you holding back for? The only thing Von Karma should pursue is the perfect proof. If you really do have what it takes to complete our argument, then there's absolutely no reason not to use it.
Lang Ji says the reason people judge people is because people are people.
It's actually true.
People weren't born to be chained to the laws. Laws were born to protect the people. You're the only one here right now who can put this guy out to pasture. And that is the only way a second or third generation of Jingfa's people will be born. Can you really still hesitate knowing the fate of a nation rests in your hands?
There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize it. Oh, I agonized over all that for nothing? Womp womp.
Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life.
It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that what it is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG-8 incident 10 years ago, a man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense and let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG-8 incident.
The KG-8 incident?
The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Very interesting. I must admit I'm very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented.
The prey the Yatagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me. We're still going.
So what is this interesting thing you wanted to show me?
The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG-8 murder occurred. From the footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order. Oh, he's freaking holding it. Sometimes it's hard to tell. As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand.
I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now? But there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are, in fact, one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. Oh! This is dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The
blood belonged to the victim of the KG-8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as a fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Codopian government car.
What?
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Codopia. Wait, where's the flag? How are we going to use the flag? Directly links... Oh, does he has a card in his pocket? How does that not come up yet? The shape of this pocket and the directives card in it, it tells us that without a doubt this person in this car is Mr. Cochin. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera, and with it we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day. Oh, we finally got him. Ha! Well, I wasn't expecting that. He's having his freak out. Did we get him?
You've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at the time, that's going to be mighty difficult to prove.
How so?
The Principality of Codopia no longer exists, so naturally all records from that time period also no longer exist.
Oh, that arrogance. What he really means is that he's already erased all traces of them.
Are we finished here, boy?
The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use against him. What? Alright, hold on. What do we have? Nothing in his hands. His tie doesn't match anything. No, nothing along the top of the car. How about the front seat? Not seeing anything. Oh, wait. Oh, what's that? That looks like one of the medals that he's just... Oh, but why would it be on the car? I don't see anything else, though. Right? Like, I have my face like buried in this thing, like trying to figure out what am I not seeing? All right. I don't see anything else in the car. It doesn't even... What the? Yeah, that thing. That was weird that it just showed that to us. Ambassador Alba.
Yes, what is it?
You were once an army man in the service of Codopia, and it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct?
Wild as in backhanded praises, boy. Although to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Codopia. But now I am the only one who owns this particular medal.
Oh, why would you say that? In that case, the only person it could be who is sitting in this car is you.
How do you figure that?
By the medal captured here in this footage. It is clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest.
What? Ah!
This is how it will be, but I won't look back, for this is the path that I have chosen.
You've moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me?
It's almost looking possible, isn't it? With a lot of you to have come this far, it looks like I just might lose our little game this time.
You might lose the game this time.
You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well, I've decided to confess and admit my guilt.
You're going to confess?
And I'll accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? Regarding the Damask 2 murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense.
Oh. You're claiming it was justified self-defense.
Damask 2 attacked me, and I felt that I was in danger. My life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him. What a pathetic performance. I'm not giving you one.
Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times. If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence.
There's always evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what's required, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked.
What?
I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is the proof that it was in self-defense. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should.
But Damask 2 didn't have a single weapon on his body.
Hold on, there's nothing to get worked up over because I hid the weapon.
You hid it.
I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it's in self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, seeing as how I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears.
Oh, it's covered in blood.
He was trembling quite badly during our struggle, but that's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? Since he has both the wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so. Ambassador Alba's wound, jotted down, received from... Okay. No way!
Which reminds me, I guess there's still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge it was going on. Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you.
The murder of Damask 2 was done in self-defense. In my trials, no man escapes crime alive.
Perhaps so, but if you were my opponent in court, however, there's one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten.
And what is that? That this happening could, Alabast.
That's what you mean. Extraterritoriality. That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this?
Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment of the people who have confessed to their crime, that's the court's job. Ugh. And I already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective even in your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts. That arrogance and your expression. That's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands. These crimes you speak of so seriously, to me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabast has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game. These 2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he is one of those who cannot be brought to court. You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers.
There's still more? Is there nothing we can do? We gotta get this. Ooh, this is a long episode. All right, cool. Yeah, to be continued then. All right, we're gonna call it here. This went on longer than I thought. I thought we were closing in on him, but we are not even close. All right. Anyway, I hope you are still enjoying this. I'm curious to see where it can even go from here. Guess we'll find out. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.